It's AniMay here on RyderKickProductions. Daiichi.
It's been many years since the first superhumans, humans with extraordinary supernatural abilities, first appeared on Earth. The percentage of the superhuman population has increased exponentially since then. Now, most, if not all, humans have super abilities at their disposal. The dream. The scope of these powers varies wildly. Some have weak powers that can barely hurt a fly, while others have powers on par with natural disasters. The latter group are further divided into the supervillains, those who stop at nothing to use their powers, and the superheroes, those who stop them. Scum City, neighborhood in Tokyo. A megalopolis once ruled by an organization dubbed the Evil Organization, which ruled the city with violence. Under its leader, regional leaders have been placed in charge of specific areas of Scum City. This stable hierarchy remained in place for a while, for better or worse. After the collapse of the organization, a simple, primitive system of governance emerged, the one that lasts to this day. And that is the strongest in the league. The peace that existed in the days of the old regime crumbled away and never recovered fully. A problem that has persisted since then. Today, Scum City is ruled by three main factions that maintain a precarious balance. The Utopia of Science, Dystopian Ward, protected by the one and only superhero Dystopia. You mean she's the only superhero in Scum City, or she's the only superhero left alive? The Sky Tower, controlled by the Queen of the East, Madame Arachne. Scum City Tower, controlled by the Queen of the West, Madame Indigo. These three figures have Scum City in a deadlock that comes with a stability of sorts to protect its carefully selected citizens from supervillains. Dystopian Ward has walls all around its perimeter, as well as a crystal dome protecting its skies from the filthy, polluted air of the outside world. While Dystopian Ward is no impenetrable forces, citizens are protected from supervillains by these walls, as well as the superheroes under Dystopia's leadership, allowing them to live their lives at ease. However, because of space limitations, this bubble of peace and safety is not available to all. Only those with the right of abode in a Dystopian ward are permitted to live there. In the world's current state, villains outnumber the heroes. Some are descended from the leadership of the evil organization of yesteryear, and some are nameless villains wishing to make a name for themselves, or even looking to overthrow the system. With these nameless mobs attempting to take over the old rival warlords. The citizens who reside outside the Dystopian ward are forced to live their lives in fear. Even if the villain population is in the lead, the heroes know justice will never surrender in the face of evil. In Dystopia, the utopia of justice, the stronghold of the system, justice is bold and resolute in its fight against the wicked.
JBS ジャストピアンシティニューストゥデイキャサリン・スターです。
This is Catherine Starr reporting with Dystopian News Today on JBS. I keep forgetting this is not a trilogy. This is Right.
まずは速報です。
Breaking news.
ジャストピアンシティ市長選挙は現職のジェームズ・ジュピター氏が得票率 100% の連続記録を更新し再選が決まりました。ヒーロージャストピアとして知られるジュピター氏は 当選確実の知らせを受けると早速市内に出て市民たちの熱狂的な声援に応えていました。
Immediately after his re-election was confirmed, where he met with cheers of enthusiasm from the residents of Dystopian
ジュピター氏はジャストピアとしてシティを守り、
Jupiter has
また
protected and
市
served
長
the
と
world
しても
using his hero
長年の
personas
功
as
績が
well
称
as
えられ、
years of achievements as made.
今回の当選に合わせ
To commemorate his
支持者に
re-election,
よ
his
り
supporters
市庁舎前に市の巨大立像を建設する運動が行われていましたが、 ジュピター氏は次のようなコメント。
私は市民に奉仕する
I
皇
am
国
but
で
a
あり
public
平
servant,
和と正義
a
の使徒で
disciple
しか
of
ない。
peace and justice.
だから
There's no
私を
reason
崇
to
拝するよう
worship.
なましてや像を建て
Please
る
do
だなん
not
てことは
erect
しないで
statues
ほしい。
in my honor.
尊
What
く
truly
敬わ
deserves
れ
your
るべき
respect and worship is
私
justice
でも像
itself,
でもなく
not me.
正義の
Statue.
このように述べ、
It urged
支
his
持者たちの
supporters
立
to
像
reel
建
in their
設運動の実
enthusiasm
践を、
for the
また
statue.
今回
In
の市
conjunction
長
with the
選挙と
mayoral
同時に
elections,
市
the
長
delegation
職の
of
負
certain
担を
mayoral
軽減する
functions
ため
to the
市長
justice.
権限の一部を
The AI
シティ
ward
間運
management
営
system
AI
has been
ザ・
enacted by
ジャスティス
law
に移譲
following
す
the
る条
majority
例の
vote
市
by
民投票も
population.
行われ、賛成多数で可決されました。
Somewhere in Dystopian Award. Dystopian City Hero Association. Hero Society HQ meeting room. The atmosphere is heavy with this meeting of the Hero Society's top brass. Data is projected in the form of holograms floating in the air. The executives frown and grimace as they read through all of this data. We have a serious situation on our hands. The executive sitting at the head of the table whispers with his hands covering his mouth, fingers locked, both elbows on the table. 52 newly discovered mid to large scale villain organizations. Villain numbers up 2.8% from last year. Villain related crime up 4.1% from last year. You know what? Because of the ellipses, I thought he was going to continue. The display data from, or maybe he will. The display data from the previous years appear in an upward sloping curve, showing a steady increase. Reports of heroes turning into villains have also been increasing. This is concerning. Perhaps we are lucky that most of these cases are not simply switching sides for convenience. Lucky? These heroes are being artificially modified and brainwashed into becoming supervillains. This is a grave situation we have here. These heroes have been turned against their wills. And what if Justopia were to be brainwashed? It would make for a truly unstoppable supervillain. The executives fall silent. You hear a pin drop in the meeting room. Oh, excuse me. Those are legitimate concerns. But we have another issue on our hands. We've been unable to damage the Twin Towers in any capacity. Behold, the hologram transforms, displaying new data before the executives. A map of Scum City appears, showing Dystopian Ward in the center, along with a graph of the ward and the Twin Towers. As you all know, the Twin Towers operation, whose objective was to defeat the Queens, was a complete failure. The damage being inflicted on the Twin Towers was negligible. The Sky Tower appears to have suffered almost zero damage. Sighs erupted around the table. They had launched similar attacks countless times in the past, but with supervillains increasing their numbers day by day, these operations have grown fruitless. And despite its primary objective, the operation itself was finally increasing it difficult to even reach the Twin Towers. The Justice is now imploring us to proceed with the project as soon as possible. I know we must start the project, but Justice. Have the participants been found already? I was under the impression that realistic subjects had to be found before anything could begin.
はい、要件を満たす3人の能力者を
Three
発見。
superhumans
こ
matching
れ
the
により
requirements have been
事業
located.
推進の道
Following
筋
this,
が立ちまし
a
た。
plan for progression has been devised. The hologram shifts once more, now displaying images of 3 women. There's an unfamiliar face here with the other 2. Are you sure? They don't appear to be capable of rehabilitation. According to the Justice, the project will have the highest probability of succeeding if we use these 3 here. Oh, and how many percent is that, Justice?
50% です。 過去の構成対象候補たちと比較すれば奇跡的な数値と言えます。
50%. Compared to our previous subjects, those are miraculous odds. Compared to the previous participants, that indeed is worth a gamble. Let us put to a vote.
Sacrifice villains.
Beneath the stagnant air surrounding Scum City, gaudy billboards and neon signs cast flashy colors onto the dark streets. The figure races through the flashy, grimy streets. The figure wears a black costume with yellow accents resembling lightning bolts dashing through the dead of night. It's a female supervillain. She dashes through the bustling main street, now filled with the screeching of brakes and the screams of pedestrians as she looks over her shoulder.
しつこい。ホリスティア、今日に限って随分と仕事熱心だ。
You people are relentless. These darn cops are sure are motivated today. She's being chased by about a dozen cops. Usually they should be giving them chase by now, but today they run after her in a large, persistent group. Now, Night Charger should be able to shake off their pursuit in a flash, arrives at a fork in the road.
また増援か。一体どうしたの？私一人にここまでの数と。
More reinforcements. What the hell is going on today? Sending all these cops after me. One side of the fork is blocked up by the police and their vehicles. Night Charger leaps into a right angle jump in the middle of her high-speed run as if she were exempt from the law of inertia, changing course and zooming down an unblocked road. She evades every one of the policia blockades and flees their pursuit, but
こんなに大人数で
they've never
あ
done
ちこ
this
ちに
before.
網を張っているなんて今までなかったわ。
Setting up nets and things here and
Nani?
there, not in such large numbers. What the? The main road is lined with tall buildings with no side streets to detour. In addition to police and pursuit, more units assembled here, forming a makeshift barricade and preventing her from passing through. This is checkpoint B, Night Charger confirmed. That was much faster than we predicted. We haven't been able to evacuate the citizens yet. Go issue directions, quick! They seem to have led Night Charger to the spot according to plan, but having arrived earlier than expected. But she arrived earlier than expected, causing confusion on the scene. The remaining citizens, unable to escape on time, scream at the sight of the supervillain and rush to flee, crowding and pushing each other along the sidewalks.
やけに回りくどい道
I
路
knew the
封鎖を走ら
roadblocks
せ
had
続
me
けると
running
思っ
around
て
in
いた。
circles.
このためか。
So this is why. Some blockades have been set up with the cops lying in wait. It was all pre-planned to lead her right to this spot. We've got you cornered, Night Charger. Give up and surrender. With the cops waiting in front and the ones hot on with the cops waiting in front and the ones behind hot on her tail, Night Charger is now caught between them. She clicks her tongue in annoyance and gives up on flight before getting into a fighting stance.
なかなか様になる決め台詞だな。どれくらい練習した？
Cool catchphrase you got there. You practice saying that in the mirror every day? Silence. Get on the ground. Oop. Silence. Get on the ground with your hands in the air. The cops closed in on the cornered supervillain, eventually forming a gradually tightening circle. She coldly glances over the circle of cops as they inch towards her. A few more steps, and they'd be able to reach out and grab her. And cut the tension in the air with a knife.
マッポが束になったところで、私を止められるものか。
Nothing but a bunch of pigs. You think that'll stop me? A crackling, sizzling flash of electric light erupts from Night Charger's exposed skin as well as bugs in her costume. Her eyes flash with the force of a lightning. And then... boom! Light flashes from the plug nearer the throat of her costume. A torrent of energy, an enormous flash of lightning strikes in the direction of the officer. The cops narrowly evade this attack by about a hair's breadth. It takes the patrol vehicle behind them. It strikes the patrol vehicle behind them, causing a huge explosion. She whips this energy around like a machine gun, mowing down the cops in pursuit along with their vehicles.
まさかポリスティアにシャウトロニックキャノンを使うなんてことがあるとはな。
Never thought I'd be using Shoutronic cannon on the cops. While the cops aren't directly hit, the ones propelled sideways by the force of the explosion lie on the ground screaming. Night Charger lets out a sigh as she looks through her smoking surroundings. Make sure that the police units are no longer capable of moving too much. The Shoutronic cannon flashes blindingly against the exploding vehicles. The citizens crowd together on the sidewalk, trapping themselves on the sidewalk.
さっさと逃げればいいのな。見せ物じゃないぞバカどもが。
Run while you still can. I'm not putting on a show here, you idiots. Wait, is that? Night Charger, who's been glaring at the confused and panicked citizens, smolds before, suddenly spots a familiar face in the crowd. It's a young man with a plain, sullen face, but with soft features that radiate kindness from within. It's her boyfriend, Nick.
こんなところにニックが。職場の連中と。よりにもよって。
Why is Nick here? Oh right, he said something about a work thing. Shit! Why today of all days? They lived together. He had told her that he'd be home late because he was going out for drinks with his coworkers. Now she's quite close to the busiest shopping center in Scum City. And unfortunately for her, Nick happens to be here, on his way to the bar from his work for his work.
ニックが知られるわけにはいかない。早くこの場を離れて。
I can't let Nick know about this. I gotta get out of here. Night Charger had hidden her villainous side from him, thus did not involve him in her criminal activities. There was a part of her that wanted to live a peaceful life with normal, innocent civilian like Nick. Shit, I missed her. If only the pursuit checkpoints had been decided fast. Shaken by the sheer coincidence of being in the same place as me, Night Charger misses her golden opportunity for her escape. A man appears in front of her. A man, neither Polistia nor citizen. A man in a brightly colored costume. It's obvious that this man is a superhero.
Hero!
A hero. Facing this man who suddenly appeared before her, Night Charger once again assumes a fighting stance, raising her gauntlet. Rubber guy. Oh, he's rubber, I think. You're a Night Charger, huh? I'm Rubber Guy. I'll be taking you into custody now.
戦いの前に名乗るとは、ずいぶんご丁寧だな。
Introducing yourself before a fight? What a gentleman. Well, you're an infamous villain who's never been caught before. Wouldn't you at least like to know if the name of the hero is gonna bring you down?
その必要はない。捕まることはないからな。
Oh, that won't be necessary. You'll never catch me. That's so. Rubber Guy's body shrinks and crumples itself in a flash, before expanding and leaping straight for Night Charger. Ah, he's fast. Like an extremely bouncy rubber ball, he shoots up from the force of his collision with the ground. As Rubber Guy kicks the ground after crumpling his body, he leaps upwards at an unbelievable speed, allowing him to launch his knee right into Night Charger's lower abdomen.
ゴムボールみたいに腫れ回りやがって。
Shit! He bounced right up like a darn basketball. Rubber Guy bounces his own body off of the ground and the walls of the buildings, launching himself in all directions like a ball, and landing attacks on Night Charger where possible, whittling away at her stamina.
いつまでも調子に乗るな。早くてまっすぐ飛び込んでくるなら対応できる。
You think you're hot shit? You may be fast, but if all you do is fly around in straight lines, I can still counter you. He might be flying this way and that, but he's really only aiming for her. His speed might have messed with Night Charger's senses in the beginning, but now that her eyes have adjusted, he's able to return his blows immediately. After a few attacks, she calls out her counterattack before
Electric shot!
Electric shot. Shot. I'll let them do the calling. A lightning starts cackling from the plugs in her arms, wrapping themselves around her fist. She launches a strong right hook as electricity flashes in a circular motion. This crescent-shaped flash of electricity fires towards Rubber Guy. And Nick. No, Nick! A wave of energy that reaches Rubber Guy, and without stopping, launches right at the sidewalk that Nick is standing on. Or so it seems. Balloon shield! Rubber Guy's body inflates. His body blows up like an ad balloon, taking the red hit from the electric shock, sending the flash of blinding light through his body as if struck by lightning. Upon seeing it land a hit on Rubber Guy, Night Charger heaves a sigh of relief.
よかった。早くこの場から離れてくれ。
Good. Not Nick. Please get out of here as soon as you can. As she watches Nick disappear into the fleeing crowd, she lets down her guard before she's attacked by a heavy force. My body takes exactly 0 damage from electricity. Too bad for you, huh? Rubber Guy softened his inflated body, allowing him to wrap an arm around Night Charger's neck. Now he tightens his grip around her carotid artery, cutting off the brain's blood supply and causing her consciousness to fade away. The last thing this female villain sees is the face of the man she loves, turning to look over his shoulder at her before her vision plunges into darkness. Pretty decent. We'll put it over here. Cool.